Hey, it's Diane. What's going on? Want to teach you something that I learned a long time ago that is oh so simple, and yet it'll change your business. It'll change your business. And I got to give credit where credit is due. I learned this back in the day when I was just starting out in network marketing, and I was with a company called Herbalife. And in Herbalife, we had these big buttons, right? Big buttons. And they said, lose weight now, ask me how. And the idea was to walk around. That was your advertising. You walk around with your button on and people would say, how? And they did. They really did. It was hard. It was awkward. I was shy. The idea of people coming up to me, but it really was the rudimentary version of attraction marketing. You walk around a button, somebody asks you a question. So now you had to figure out what to do with that person. And the same exact response they taught us, which I memorized and I practiced over and over and over and over and over, the same exact response you can use with any prospect for anything, anywhere, anytime. Heck, you could use it, when you're meeting someone, if you're dating. You can use it, if you're selling anything. You can use it in so many different ways. So I'm going to teach it to you, okay? And I'm doing this I don't have any notes, so I'm just going to do it from memory. The first question you'd ask someone, right, that you'd have a button, lose weight now, ask me how, and they go, well, how do you lose weight? So the first thing, or let's say somebody asked you about your business. Again, as an attraction marketer, I'm attracting people towards me, so they're always asking me questions. Sorry, I just stopped the table there. They're always asking me questions. So the first thing I want to find out, you don't have to take these questions literally. That was the problem. It was a great script. It was a great set of questions. And then everybody took them literally and became like robots. I say these 4 things and I can't think and I'm not connecting to you in any way, shape, or form because I just want to get your money. You can't be like that, guys. First thing you want to find out is, are you curious? Or are you just curious, or are you serious? Because people ask me all the time. I'm top affiliate at a company. I've been top affiliate and top reps at different companies. I've done many things. I've won all these different launches. And a lot of people say, well, how do you do that? Because they're nosy, they're curious, they want free information. And so the first thing I want to find out is, well, are you just curious or are you serious? Same thing, people meet me, they go, what do you do for a living? I'm like, right now I'm somewhere where I'm meeting a lot of people. They're saying, what do you do? And I say, I'm an internet marketing trainer, or a lot of times I say I sell stuff on the internet. Very simple response. I sell stuff on the internet. Wide open. That's begging for somebody to ask me a question. And then they go, well, what do you do? How do you do that? And I'm like, well, are you just curious, or is that something you actually would consider doing? Because I want to determine, is this person just a new contact, or is this person a prospect? So if somebody hits on the button, they say, how do I lose weight? How did you lose weight? You say, well, are you seriously looking to lose some weight? Are you just curious? Okay. If they're just curious, if they say, I'm just curious, just answer their question and move along, and don't try to get them, or you'll see what I do in the end. So if they say, well, I'm pretty serious. I really would like to know. Great. What are you doing right now? Have you tried to lose weight before? Have you tried to build a business before? Have you tried to generate leads before? Have you tried to take care of your fine lines and wrinkles? Have you tried to, do something to look younger? What have you done before? What have you done to try? And then here's the pivot question. So they tell you whatever it is. I smeared cream on my face. I tried XYZ company. I tried these diet pills, whatever it may be, whatever we're talking about. And then the pivot question. This is the key question. This is the question where the people become putty in your hands. This is where you own the prospect. The key question is, how did that work out for you? Now, you can't say it like a salesperson, okay? Because if you get really weird, by the way, I just came back from an environment where I was in a sales environment, and they were so aggressive. It was so repelling. I was just like, dudes, I'm out of here. So you need to not telegraph, I'm hungry, I need your money. You need to telegraph, I'm sincerely interested and I'd like to help you, so the person feels safe. So how did that work out for you? That's when 99% of people will make true confessions, and that's when they will tell you why they failed, how they failed. They'll tell you something they feel about themselves. They'll They'll just make true confessions. When the question is asked, how did that work out for you? Now, you have to ask all the questions in order, because if you don't ask them in order, you don't get to find out what they did before, so you don't get to ask the question, how'd that work out for you? When they make true confession, when they tell you, and then some of them are trying to posture. So some of them will go, well, pretty well. Awesome. Tell me about it. You know, did it work well? What has you looking at something else? Sincerely ask the question. Once you get them to the point where they made true confessions or they talk about why they're looking for something else, then you have your invitation, which is always something simple like, well, you know, the old line, if I could show you a way to, you know, lose up to 30 pounds in 30 days, would you want to try it out? If I could get you on a 7-day sample of the product I use to lose weight, would that be of interest to you? It's $25. Sure. If I could get you some samples that you could try the skincare for 3 days to see if it makes a difference, and I want you to take a before picture so you can see the difference, would you be interested in doing that? Yes. If I could show you a 10-day test drive for the lead generation system I'm using. By the way, that's my real hook. I really have a lead generation system I use. I'd love to sell it to you. But I'm kidding, guys, because I'm just like really chill. I'm looking to see if the person's a match, okay? I'm not after any particular person. I'm looking for the right person. So the fourth question, is always the invitation. And the invitation depends on what you do. Now, if the person is just kind of, you feel like they're lukewarm, I said, well, you know, the fourth thing for me would be like, well, great. I have a great newsletter. I'd love to put you on it. I just need your email. And what it'll do is give you updates on all the things I'm up to, see if anything interests you. I let them right off the hook. Okay. They're too small of a fish. Think about it. When you go fishing, if the fish is too small, you take it off the hook, you throw it back. Okay. If the fish is too small, I capture them for my newsletter. I don't even try to pitch them. I don't try to recruit them. I don't try to sell them. The fish is too small. I want to put them into an environment where I can incubate them and grow them bigger. If the fish is big and the person's like lunging at me saying, I have to do something, I want to, you know, get them on a presentation right away or get them into a test drive or get them on a trial. I want to get them into action immediately. But those 4 questions, if you practice them, you got to practice to get fluid. But if you practice them and if you use them, they're amazing. Remember, the first one is, are you serious or are you just curious? You know, or are you seriously looking? Or, you know, what had you ask me? You just like, you know, are you just, I joke with people. I say, hey, are you just nosy? Or are you seriously looking for something? And they'll laugh and they'll go, no, I'm just nosy. And I'm like, oh, great. I started in 1999. My kids were little. I stayed up late on the internet, learned some stuff. The next thing you know, right place, right time. I tell them the story. Great. I just let them go because they're not a prospect. You have to learn to tell who is a prospect and who isn't. Because a lot of marketers are under the impression that everybody's a prospect and they're not. You waste your time, you waste your energy, you get rejected, and you walk around feeling like you're failing. But the reason why you're failing is because you're talking to brick walls. You know, they're not a prospect. But if the person is a prospect, are you curious? Are you serious? Or are you just curious? Serious. Okay, great. What have you been working on? What have you been doing to try to fix the thing? Get that information. How's that worked out for you? Get the true confession. Pivot right into the invitation. Works like a charm, like gangbusters, works every time if you practice it and you get your confidence up. So go work on it, go have some fun with it. And here's where I'm going to pivot with you and tell you to go over to DianeHochman.com and put your name and email in so you get my newsletter, so you get to come and hear about the trainings and stuff. And obviously, if any of you who are watching this are deadly serious about lead generation, marketing, etc., and you want to talk to me now, just hit me up, Diane at DianeHochman.com. Now, at the time of my making this video, there's a little problem with my website, and it is malfunctioning, should be fixed in a few days. But if you happen to see this today and you go over to the website and it's not there, just shoot me an email at DianeHochman, HOCHMAN, @gmail, or leave me a comment right on the video, and I'll get back with you. No problem whatsoever. So I'll see you later. Go use those. It's classical training. It is stood the test of time. It's probably 30, 40 years old, and it can work for you. And it's free. Go do it. I'll see you later.